think there was right here and over here.
With the downturn in the economy and Social Security retirees not getting a raise for the last few years, politicians getting a raise, where's the justice?
No, there is no justice. And again, if we stop the spending and cut the spending, and I'm not here today to tell you to sugarcoat it anyway. In order to get out of the malaise that we're in right now, and the $1 trillion deficits that are spending my grandkids and your grandkids' money right now before they've even gone out and earned it. Mike, 3.5 years old, we're spending his income before he's even applied for a job. But unless we not only hold the line, but also cut the spending and reduce the budget and suck it in just like citizens do, and the checkbook doesn't match what's necessary for the output. If we don't do that, we're not going to achieve what we need to secure Social Security and secure those promises that each of us in the room expect, because involuntarily we've been paying our FICA. We've been expecting it, and government has been spending it like a slush fund and then adding on top of it. So the only way to secure that is to first get control of our budget by reducing it and cutting it. And we saw it happen here in Michigan. I served in Blanchard's administration during his administration. I served in his administration. I went into office in '83, the same year he took office. We saw him begin to spend more in government, tax more on the citizens. And when he left office, when Engler beat him in '90, he left with a $1.8 billion budget deficit. Kind of sounds like the deficit we have today with Granholm, right? She's done the same thing. She's taxed, increased taxes, and she's spent. She's grown government. When Engler came in, I joined in his efforts, this time voting yes, as opposed to during the Blanchard administration, in voting against spending, against tax increases, and for the taxpayer. In 1990, we began voting yes to the taxpayer by passing 26 tax cuts, all of which that I co-sponsored, including proposal putting workfare in place of welfare, and helping people in the process of doing that, and cutting regulation and reducing the size of government. What happened in the mid-90s? About 4 years it took, but all of a sudden we start to lead the nation in economic growth and job growth. Businesses were coming back to Lenawee County that I represent from Indiana, Ohio, that had left because of the cost of Michigan. We began to see things happen. That can happen in the United States, but it's going to need some pain for a while in order to get that gain. And I think we all have to make a resolve that we're not going to ask government for anything. We're going to say, leave it here. Leave more of our resources back in our pockets and in the local communities. Send block grants of money back to the states and let us fight in our own states to do what we need to do. Then we know who we can get to, not some nebulous bureaucrat in Washington or Washington federal office holders. So that's the things we have to do, and I think we can accomplish that. So Social Security has to be treated sacred. You expect it, we have paid into it. I have. It ought to be there. But then we ought to, after getting our house in order, look for what we do down the road that's better than what we've done now, and provides more opportunity for the younger workers coming in the days ahead to make choices about their own resources. I think here then.
Talk about card check.
Yeah. They are?
If you're a daycare worker and you take a child from the state, out you rub some kind of paper,
Okay.
what they do.
That went under one of the bridge over the boulevard.
Yeah.
If you're a daycare worker, you take a state child. Now, if you take a state child.
Right. Yeah, I remember that happening. But that's different. That's different than card check. It's virtual. Yeah, virtually the same. You become a union. Yeah, you become a union. But it gives what? Yeah, it gives more money without. It results. It results in the same thing.
Same idea. You work 2 months,
Automatically you're pulled in.
and if it's better.
SEIU.